Hey Astro Babes, I'm Ashley of More Than Your Sun Astrology, and welcome to As Above, So Below for the week of June 3rd through June 9th. In this video, I'll bring light to what the planets are doing up above and how those themes may show up for you in your life. As above, so below. At the end, I'll pull one card for additional guidance and clarity. Before we start, please hit that like button and subscribe so that you can be notified when I post and never have to wonder what to expect for the week ahead. We're starting off this week with a pretty big energy shift. Mercury is moving out of Taurus and into Gemini. Remember that in our charts, Mercury speaks to the way in which we communicate. When Mercury switches signs up above, there can be a change in our communication styles. While Mercury was in Taurus, we thought more practical, more reasonable. We might have even felt the need to listen more intently. One of my kids likes to tell stories. He's a storyteller. And sometimes he can say things that are completely outlandish. If I say to him, the sky is always blue, he's gonna say, I normally see it green. And it's like, okay, come on. But while Mercury was in Taurus, he had somewhat less of these moments and often communicated in a way that was a bit more practical and realistic. He was able to think more rationally during conversations. This is what we got while Mercury was in Taurus over the past month or so. But now Mercury is shifting into Gemini. And so the way that we communicate is going to change. Taurus moves slow, steady, methodical. And Gemini is a fast-moving sign. You may find that you're able to process information at a faster speed. You're not going to sit around, weigh out options, and think things through because you're going to already have the answer or think you have it. Mercury in Gemini is a quick thinker. Mercury in Gemini is also known as the trickster. This is where I believe the phrase, your mind is playing tricks on you, comes from. There can be things put out as truth, and later we find that it wasn't true at all. So be mindful of what source you receive your information from and question everything. We're going to be experiencing this energy for about a month or so. So maintain awareness and see what comes up for you. This week specifically might feel a little bit like a roller coaster. For some people, there will be some really good, really positive things that happen. And for others, there's gonna be a lot of challenges and confusion. Starting with Tuesday the 4th, there's some real positive vibes available to work with. Up above, Mercury will merge with Jupiter. Mercury has everything to do with our mental processes, how we think, how we communicate, the way that we articulate ourselves, and how good we are at listening to other people. Jupiter expands our perspectives. This is a good time to really listen to what someone else is trying to say and understand where they're coming from, even if they have a different opinion or viewpoint than you. Mercury wants you to pay attention to the details, and Jupiter wants you to see the bigger picture. How can you expand your mind? Listen and maybe learn something new. Don't be that person who thinks they know everything and who thinks they're the only one with all the answers. That's annoying. This is Gemini season, so think about how maybe both things can be true at the same time. Also on this day, the 4th, Venus will connect directly with the Sun, creating the desire for you to somehow express yourself in a way that really makes you feel good. If you've been wanting to go out and get your flirt on, maybe get your hair done or your nails done, or even to pick a couple of new shirts or sandals for the summer, this is the day to do it. Just go out. Everything is gonna turn out the way that you want it, and you're gonna feel so good about yourself after. Of course, can't mention Venus without mentioning relationships. The alignment of Venus and the Sun up above is very positive for your relationships. This would be a great date night for you and your partner to sit down and really focus on each other for a little while, maybe some wining and dining. If you have children, this would be a great day to take them out and get them out the house and do something fun while they're on summer break. Be mindful not to overspend, be careful not to overdo it, but other than that, the beginning of the week is geared towards beauty, romance, and fun. Moving on to Thursday, June 6th, up above, the sun and the moon will align in the sign of Gemini, bringing on a new moon in Gemini. But wait, there's more. This new moon will exactly align with Venus. This is not a bad thing. Venus sweetens things up, brings us peace and love and harmony. This might be a time where you're really good at expressing your love to someone because the way you feel on the inside will match the actions you take. And this can be all forms of love. Love for your children, love for your pets, even love for an activity that you're passionate about. You're gonna want to feel loved, appreciated, valued. You're also gonna wanna know that others feel the same way about you. Generally speaking, this can be great, but if those thoughts, emotions, and actions are not reciprocated, if you show that to someone and it's not what they reflect back to you, there can be some issues, especially because on Saturday and Sunday, I'm just gonna group these 2 days together because all the energy is gonna merge anyway. Saturday the 8th, Venus will make a difficult square to Saturn. And then Sunday the 9th, the sun will also make a difficult square to Saturn. This is tough energy to deal with. In our charts, Saturn can speak to areas of our life where we experience blocks, setbacks, challenges. Saturn can make you feel like things are more work than they're worth, and it can make you feel really restricted. The sun speaks to how we express ourselves. So this weekend, the sun squaring Saturn could leave you feeling a bit trapped or stuck, or like you're talking, but no one's listening. And with Venus in the picture, this is happening around finances and or our relationships. If you're not in a relationship or not in a solid relationship, this could be you thinking about why. Because at this time, you're really longing for some emotional connection. Even if you are in a relationship, this could be a time where you feel you're not being emotionally embraced. This weekend, it's possible to find yourself on a downward mental spiral. But try to remember that this is temporary. Transits are temporary. Don't use this energy to get down and depressed. Use this energy to redefine your values, another Venus topic, and get clear on what it is you need and want and what's preventing you from attaining it. Maybe you're in an on-again, off-again relationship and you don't even realize it, but this person's lack of full commitment to you is blocking the presence of a new person coming into your life who could be willing to fully commit to you. Saturn is asking you to do some hard work that's uncomfortable, work that challenges our securities and our comforts. But guess what? Saturn's not all bad. He just wants to teach you the lessons you need to learn in order for you to be your best self. Once you overcome the setbacks and the challenges and the difficulty, Saturn brings rewards for hard work. With that, I'm going to pull one card this week just to sum everything up. I'm going to be using the Modern Witch Tarot, a wonderful beginner-friendly deck that gives a great visual of the original card meaning. If you'd like to purchase this deck, I have a link to my Amazon storefront down below. And as always, I will be reading the meaning from the big bitty book. I also have a link down below where you can purchase the Ultimate Guide to Tarot Card meanings. What do we need to know for our highest good this week to make the most out of the energy this week? The Six of Swords popped out. Guess that's the card. All right, the Six of Swords shows that you are in a state of transition, leaving behind what was familiar and moving towards the unknown. You might be moving house, leaving a relationship, changing jobs, going through a rite of passage, or a mental shift. This change may be your own doing or forced upon you, and you may feel sad to leave behind what is so familiar to you. However, you know this move is essential for your growth and personal development. The sadness over what you have lost or released will soon be replaced by greater mental clarity and a renewed acceptance of change. You will become a better person as a result. The Six of Swords invites you to let go of whatever's holding you back, be it from your past or your present circumstances. Instead, gaze ahead to your future and choose the way most in alignment with your highest good and long-term potential. You'll need to make tough decisions and compromises along the way. See it as a rite of passage. You're headed toward a much better position in life so long as you're willing to evolve and shed whatever you no longer need. Do not dwell on what gets left behind. Instead, use this as an opportunity for changing your beliefs about yourself, moving away from whom you used to be and towards whom you want to be. I think this card has a lot to do with what we talked about that may be coming on this weekend with Venus square Saturn and Sun square Saturn. Being able to reassess your values and determining if where you're headed is in line with the person who you are or who you'd like to be. Also reassessing those people in your life, those people, those thoughts or ideas that are not in your best interest that you need to let go of. As I said before, and I think this card confirms that this week is really a call for you to get clear on what it is you need and want and what is preventing you from attaining it. And if it's something that's not in your best interest, it's time to let it go. It's not going to be fun. These kinds of things are not fun, but it's eventually going to get you to that place where you want to be. I hope this breakdown of what to expect this week was helpful and insightful. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you continue to get weekly insights. Also, I would love to hear your stories of how the energy is showing up for you. So please comment down below. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can go to my website, mtysastrology.com. Keep an eye out on the website because there's going to be some new offerings popping up soon that will make my services more accessible to everyone. But while you're on the website, feel free to subscribe to my mailing list so that you can get a free copy of my ebook, How to Parent Children by Their Moon Signs, because we know, as above, so below. See you next week.